Peace and love, good people. Peace and love. So let's look at the charts for the upcoming week of August 11th through August the 15th. So the first thing we got on our list is SoundHound. SoundHound is showing us an elephant bar from the 20 period moving average on the weekly chart. All right, so that is a bullish signal. We also see that the 20 and the 200 are in a narrow state. So there is a high likelihood that we will see continuation to the upside next week. All right, we are looking to test 1565. All right. And we are also looking at 1757, all right, to see if we can get over those two levels next week, continuing to the upside. All right, now on the daily chart for sound, let me pull this down. We see that we have a gap here over the last candle. All right, so on the 7th, Thursday, we closed at 1072 and opened at 1094. So the high was 1106. And then on Friday, we opened at 1316. So we have a gap to fill between 1106 and 1275. All right, so 1106. So even though we are looking to go, we are showing a bullish signal on the weekly time frame that we are going to have some continuation to the upside this week. We have to be mindful that we may still come down and fill this gap. All right, this gap may be filled this week. All right, this big green candle here is an indecision candle. All right, now keep in mind this is after hours on Friday and not pre-market for Sunday. So the pre-market between tomorrow night and Monday morning, between tonight at 8 and Monday morning around 9:15 should give us a much better picture of what the direction might be. All right, now when we come down here to the 15-minute time frame, we see that there is a major gap here. We see a major gap, and we see some distance between the 20 and the 200. All right, so we have this gap like we previously stated. It's showing a little bit wider. The gap is a little wider here on the 15 minutes. So again, we're looking at a gap between 1079 and 1275. All right. So boom. So we're looking to come back down, break this low of 1275 and continue down until we fill this gap. All right, so that is sound for tomorrow. Sound had a major gap up yesterday, so we're looking at sound, and we're also taking a look at sweet green. All right, on the weekly time frame, it is showing continuation to the downside. Following earnings, there was a major gap down, and we gapped down from $13 down to about $9.75. And the 20 period moving average on the weekly time frame is showing continuation to the downside. Keep in mind that sweet green also touched its 52-week low of 880 last week as well. So this may be a beautiful opportunity to buy a very volatile stock that has, not volatile stock. Let me be very clear here. An oversold stock. All right. It's oversold, and we may very well see it come back to the 200 period moving average somewhere between 25.75 and 21.25. Okay, so a lot of upside room on sweet green. On the daily time frame, we are having some sort of a battle. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we are. We have gap down. So you see there has been a major gap down on the last day. So boom, we opened at 906, and then the previous day it closed at 1266 with a low of 1218, and then we have a high of 1015. So we have a gap between 1218 and 1015. All right, so we're going to look to break through 1015 to the upside, and if we break through 1015, we may very well be moving up to close the gap here at 1218. So we got plenty of time to see that happen. Again, we're looking to ultimately come back to this 20 period moving average at 25.75, and as the stock is pulled downward, this 200 period moving average will bend as well. So we're going to look for a range between 21.24 and 25.75. All right, and we see a gap to the downside on the 15-minute time frame. Again, showing us this gap here. 1262 is the low. $10 is the high on the 15-minute time frame. All right, so that's what we're looking at. We're looking for a pullback on SoundHound. All right, let's go back to SoundHound. We're looking for a pullback on SoundHound to fill the gap to the downside on this 15-minute time frame. All right, and we're looking for the opposite on sweet green. We're looking for a move to the upside to fill the gap. All right, so we're going to look out for this over the course of next week. Not tomorrow, not Monday specifically, but over the course of next week, we look like we got some room for sweet green to move to the upside, as well as SoundHound to move back to the downside. We have two gaps with the potential to be filled. Not every gap gets filled, but most of them do, and we want to capitalize on those opportunities. Remember, if you're in options, you want to consider giving yourself more than enough time. All right, we got to get the direction right, but you can't always know when. August and September are historical for being red bearish months, so this may be an opportunity to jump into stocks that are oversold and get a great position to take advantage of during the Santa rally. Peace and love, and I'll see you in the next video.